And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a new game from Horrible Guild called Similo Fables, or Similo History. This is a series of games. These are the first two in that series, and you can even mix these two together. This is a cooperative game where players are going to have a clue of either a famous person from history or a famous person from fantasy, and everyone trying to give people guesses or clues as to who that person is by using other people. Here's how it works. There are two versions of the game, Similo History and Similo Fables, right now. They both come in these plastic boxes, and they're going to give you a bunch of characters. So here's, for example, some of the historical characters. What a player is going to do is they're going to draw a character and look at it. This is the character that they need to get other people to guess. They're going to place that down on the table, but they're going to be adding 11 more characters from the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Adding these in, shuffling them all together, and then placing them face up so that everybody can see the different characters that are in the game. So you can see here we have Isaac Newton, Julius Caesar, Hypatia, Saladin, Napoleon, Virginia Woolf, Marie Curie, Queen Elizabeth I, Mary Shelley, Pocahontas, Cleopatra, and Marie Antoinette. Then the person whose turn it is will draw 5 cards from their hand, and it's a cooperative game. They're trying to get everybody to guess their character, and they're going to pick a card from their hand and place that card in front of them. So I might, for example, say I'm going to put Abraham Lincoln out on the board, and I'm going to say that he either shares a trait with my secret person or does not share a trait. So in this case, I think I'm going to say does not, because I think that there's a lot of differences, specifically the gender, between Abraham Lincoln and Pocahontas. But I don't know, that someone else is going to, everyone who's at the table then has to pick one of these that they're going to basically eliminate. So if I was doing this, I would say, well, he's tall, maybe? I don't know, and I'd say, well, he's also a leader, maybe Julius Caesar. So we take Julius Caesar out, and whew, we're fine. We're still in the game. If we had picked Pocahontas, then everyone would have lost together. But we're still in the game, so then I'll take another card, add it to my hand, and I'll say, all right, well, let's stay on that same thing. We'll pick William Shakespeare. So we put him on the table, and I'll say, again, not like her. And again, people don't know who I'm talking about, but then now they have to get rid of 2. So they'll say, all right, we'll get rid of Saladin and Isaac Newton. Oh, good. We're still in the game. And I draw another one. Now the next time we're going to have to get rid of 3. So now I got to be a little bit more. And I'll say, okay, well, she lived in North America, or in the Americas, I guess. So I'll put Montezuma and say there's some similarities. And then people are like, well, okay, let's see. Oh, Montezuma's wearing a headdress. So these two have headdresses. All 3 of these have heads on. So we'll take off 3 people without hats. We take off these 3, and we're still in the game. And that's it. You're going to play another clue out, and then they'll eliminate 4 of them. And then you play another clue out, and you eliminate 1 of the remaining 2. And if you eliminate the proper person and you're down to this, then everybody wins together. Huzzah. So that's how you play the game. Now there is, as I said, the fantasy version, and you have people like the Wicked Witch of the West, Captain Hook, the Giant Huntsman. You can even mix them, but the way you mix them is you'll play with one set on the table, and then the other set is the ones that you're using for clues. The rules for the game are 3 cards, double-sided cards, which I'm normally not a big fan of, but this is a very small game. And then the artwork on the cards is fantastic. I really like the drawings. They did a good job at picking all sorts of people. So these are fairy tales that most people will probably know. And in the characters, I also knew most of the characters too, but the cards are really good quality. And then when you're done, this kind of pops open. I don't know if I like this that much. I don't like this hanging thing. This is great for stores, but when I bought it, maybe I can snap that off, I don't know. But then you put these in here. I'm not a huge fan of these boxes, honestly. I'd rather just have a nice little card box, but they work, I suppose. That's probably my only negative thing about the components. But the card artwork and the quality, and they just did a great job at picking, especially in a historical one, people from different cultures, and it's just fantastic. I really, really like how this game looks. So this is a small, easy game to play. I played this many times already. I played it at a demo table. I played it on an airplane. I played it at a kitchen table. I played it at a restaurant waiting for a meal. And it really works well in that regard. Nice and portable, and the fact that they mix together is pretty well. I know they have more coming from the company, which is a neat thing. I like the concept of this a lot. It's very close to Unusual Suspects, which is another party game that exists. Although that one, yeah, they have some differences. This one, basically, I'm comparing people to people. Now, when you do such a thing, there's this ambiguity there where I'm trying to say that, like, for example, in that first one, I was thinking maybe Abraham Lincoln's a leader, or maybe I'm thinking it's his gender, maybe it's his height, or whatever I'm thinking. Maybe he was wearing a hat, which could have been dangerous because she was also wearing a headpiece. So I have to really think about that, because you cannot communicate. The only communication you have is playing that card. Now this can lead to situations where I guess the group itself, like I could play this person and this person, I'd say, well, that person is evil and this person is also evil. Now in fantasy, that's pretty much straightforward. When you do history, you might say, well, this person's evil, and someone else says, they're not evil. You could have that sort of thing happen in a game. Or even characteristics which are unflattering, comparing those to each other. I haven't had that happen in a game yet. I suppose it could, but there definitely have had happen where I knew exactly the traits they had in common, and the people who were playing had something different in mind. Of course, that's the fun of the game. The game is like 5 minutes, and it gets more and more. Pick one, then two, then three, then four. You know, kind of like, you know, open a certain number of suitcases. That same kind of concept, and it's over so fast you can play again. I've definitely won the game. I've lost the game on the very first pick sometimes. That doesn't happen very often. And I really like the mixing the two. I like using the fantasy as clues for historical and vice versa. And I look forward to seeing more sets come out. This is a small game. I think it's going to pass under a lot of people's radar, but it's a neat one. Really, my only negative thing is I'm not a fan of this packaging at all. Other than that, it's a fun game to carry around in your pocket and play. Dice Tower Judgment, approved.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.